for joining us today on our weekly deep dive topic. I'm Heather.
And I'm Cody. And today we are going to be talking about quick fixes and why they don't last.
Who's been to a quick fix seminar on physical, mental, or emotional healing?
Yeah. Who's tried to take that quick fix pill to answer all the problems that gave you more problems?
Who went to the seminar or the workshop that was like only a weekend, gave no additional really support unless you paid thousands of dollars and you felt really, really great, but then 2 weeks later you felt like a pile of dog poop.
You were right back where you were.
Yes.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yes.
And we sometimes will still go there.
Yeah.
So, but this week is really all about why we go to those quick fixes, why they're not working.
Yeah.
And also what we can do to transform those quick fix habits.
Yes. So if healing is a journey and not a destination, we know that probably not a lot about it is going to be quick, instantaneous gratification.
And I think there's a big shift that has to happen in this, and that not only is healing a journey, but healing is not fixing.
Right. Which a lot of people right now are going,
Huh? See, when we're trying to fix something, what we end up doing is we end up fixating on the problem. And that's never going to ultimately fix it. And really, it's an invitation to ask a better question. Is it that we're trying to fix it? Is it that something is broken? It may feel like it's broken in the moment, but is it really broken? And this kind of gets to a deeper spiritual question because, it's like if we're never broken, if we just suspend disbelief and suspend belief for a moment, we just put on the glasses, nothing is broken, then all the things that are wrong, what do they then become? And that's kind of the fun invitation that we have to play with on healing as a journey. Because when healing is a journey, there is nothing to fix. It's just a journey of evolution. It's a journey of discovery. It's a journey of learning. It's a journey of growth. But it's not fixing. It's not fixating either.
let's look at some examples, shall we? Who's joined the fad diet trend of any kind and lost some weight and then yo-yoed right back up to where they were before, maybe a little less or whatever, but up and down and up and down and up and down, but really never addressing the fact that why don't I love my body how it is? What can I let go of how my body is supposed to look and just eat intuitively and things that are good for my soul and enjoy life? And
really, that can also look like eating intuitively, which says, yes, I want a cookie, but I'm not going to have 10 of them. I'm going to actually just really enjoy that one. And then when I'm done with that one, I will have been so present with the entire experience that I won't want any more because I enjoyed and was so present with that one. It completely satisfied me. Instead of eating it through numbness because we're trying to avoid the fact that we feel shame, that we're eating even that one, that we're even this fat to begin with, or skinny to begin with, or whatever to begin with, or broken to begin with.
And then we go, but I don't know how to eat a cookie like that. I only know how to eat a cookie how I normally eat a cookie. Like Cookie Monster. And it's the same way because what we're doing is we're looking at it the same way of a quick fix where, well, I don't know how to eat the cookie that way, but I do know the quick fix way. The quick fix way is to take all the sugar and all the cookies out of my life
and just eliminate
forever.
Everything.
Forever, I'm never going to have another cookie. Or I'm just never going to have sugar again forever. It's done. Bye.
I don't need to work on my relationship with sugar or ask why do I go to sugar or why do I reward myself or punish myself with sugar. No, I'm not going to go into any of that. Because what my emotional relationship is with food.
So our emotional relationships with things are one reason that quick fixes don't work.
Yep.
Because we will replace. It's a main thing you learn in NA and AA for addictive behavior, okay? And you may be like, I don't have a problem with alcohol. I don't even like to drink. Okay, but we all have an addictive personality of some sort.
We all are addicted to something, honey.
Okay, so it might be sugar, it might be whatever, but the ultimate thing is that below the alcohol...
Look, let's get honest. It might be sugar, but it may be your ex.
Woo!
Somebody needed to hear that.
Someone did need to hear that.
Maybe it's the repeated amount of men you or women you keep asking into your bedroom without actually committing to any of them.
It's true, though. Someone listening is going to go, I just got called out and I feel highly uncomfortable.
I feel very uncomfortable, rude. I'm also calling out my earlier self. I used to do that.
Same.
Let's be honest.
I did.
Walk that path. Totally know what it is.
Totally walked it. Have the shoes, the whole thing, walked it fully.
And those quick fixes never actually solved the problem. Yes, I went from, let's get honest. So I had a quick fix. I was like, well, I'm just going to give up men. Men are the problem. So I dated a woman. I loved her. She's absolutely incredible. She's still incredible. Absolutely adore her. She also was my type. There was a type. I was going after a type. It wasn't male or female.
It was man or woman.
It was me.
Right.
And in that way, there were a lot of things that I learned in that relationship, and I feel blessed and thankful for that. So there's nothing dismissal about her or about that relationship, because all of my relationships have been profound and have taught me so much. But sometimes we have to realize that if we quick fix something without actually dealing with the problem, wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah. You want to hear my wherever you go, there you are? I lived here, and then I lived there, and then I lived here, and then I lived there, and then I lived back here. Okay? No matter where I went, there I was. And let's see. We started with, I just have a problem with drugs. Oh, fun. Okay, great. Got the drugs under control. Bye-bye. Done. So I thought. And then here's alcohol. I'm still your friend. And I'm like, no, okay, alcohol's still my friend. No, it wasn't. I substituted. I got rid of alcohol. Okay? And then here comes bad relationships.
Oh, yeah. And multiple kinds.
And multiple kinds of
monogamous,
relationships.
And then polyamorous.
And then
male.
Monogamous.
And then female. And then...
And so we were jumping all over the place. And then what I realized when I really started to heal my shit is that it was never just the drugs or the alcohol or the relationships or the sugar or the this or the that. It was me. And it was things I had to fix within me because I was trying to cover up. And the more that I tried to cover up and the more that I tried to quick fix, okay, let's just stop drugs for a minute. I'm going to go to one NA meeting, but I don't want to commit to the alcohol. So then alcohol's back in the picture, and then I get rid of the alcohol, but I do this. And
we just become master negotiators.
Yeah.
And we're just negotiating for our disease.
And think about it like...
We're negotiating for our disease.
Think about it like a movie, right? And in this movie, there's a character, and he owes money to the mob, okay? And he keeps negotiating in the movie, more time, more time, more time. That's what you're talking about, isn't it?
Yep. It eventually runs out, and you're left with the bottom of the barrel. You're going to hit your bottom at some point, and we hope you hit it sooner rather than later, and we hope it's not so painful. But either way, you're going to hit it. And hopefully that bottom doesn't look like jail, death, or...
Jails, institutions, or death.
That one.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
And it's not just for my fellow addicts that are watching. It's for anybody with anything. And especially, I love to watch some of my friends that are in recovery right now as they let go of other addictive behavior and the ones that are really healing out loud so that others can heal. And they talk about how they realized that it wasn't just booze, that it was also, sugar, or it was also overworking. And so they decided they're going to work less, and they started substituting healthy things in, but also limiting themselves on the healthy things.
Yeah.
Because we then understand that when we've tried to quick fix and we've tried to Band-Aid, and those things aren't working, that even something like exercise
can become
an
unhealthy pattern.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can use it in a way that harms us rather than helping us. And that's true of anything that we're trying to use in our life to fill a gap. We're not actually trying to work on healing. And that's where, quick fixes are not going to solve the problem. And really, I want to call out some very clear quick fixes. So drugs, alcohol are obvious.
Yeah.
Sugar, food, secondary obvious. Sometimes working, extra, late, overworking, saying yes, being a people pleaser, constantly overcommitting to things that you're not actually available for. being late because you have an unmanageable life. We don't realize how that one actually is a sign for something.
Ding, ding, ding.
What are some other things that are quick fixes that we try that, from your perspective? Relationships.
Oh, absolutely, relationships. Sex. Absolutely. If I don't feel worthy enough of true, deep, intimate love, that I will just have sex. And I am not talking to anyone who enjoys having sex with multiple partners or multiple people. It can be done in ways that are very healthy.
Let's be clear. Let's just all
intimate.
acknowledge that this is about all the unhealthy versions of
Yes.
these.
This is the unhealthy version.
This has gone too far.
Yes.
What, Netflix all day long,
Yeah.
7 days a week. Maybe a little unhealthy.
Absolutely. Not taking your time for yourselves when you're a parent away from your children.
That's another good one. Yeah.
I mean,
get that from parents all the time.
Well, I can't because I have kids. Well, you need to because you have kids and you are your children's example of how to live a balanced, good life. Other things, changing destinations.
Yes, moving. Ooh, getting new jobs.
Moving, jobs, relationships.
Cities, houses.
No matter where you go, there you are. What are you chasing?
Oh, sometimes constantly changing your hair, changing your clothes, shopaholics, buying something to make you feel better. Ooh, there's another really big one that's super obvious that nobody ever wants to talk about. Money. Money is not a quick fix. You may think that you need more money in order to have all the things that you want in your life, but you probably don't. You probably don't need as much money as you think you do, and to truly have a prosperous life doesn't necessarily require more money. Sometimes it requires more peace, more calm, more state of ease, more understanding, more trusting yourself, more listening to your intuition, a lot more other things.
And if we try to quick fix certain things with money, does it actually do the opposite? Does it actually block us from other things in our life that we're meant to be doing, other ways of living?
Yeah, more money is more problems. More money, more problems, right?
So I look at it like, if I broke my foot, God forbid, so I broke my foot, right? And I just put a Band-Aid on it, okay? Well, anybody would be like, oh my God, you broke your foot. What are you doing?
And then you just put a Band-Aid on it? What's going on?
Right. But now if I just go to the doctor, and I'm going to call some people out. If I just go to the doctor for whatever reason, and I get a pill, and the doctor says, well, you're also going to need to see a therapist 2 times a week probably, and you might need to go to a group, or you need to change your diet and you need to exercise really for your overall health, and we can help you. We have a nutritionist, we have exercise program. Do you want to join a gym? Do you want to go outside and walk your dog? What do you want to do? And we just go, nope, we're just going to take the pill. That's a quick fix.
That's putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg.
Yes, and it's not going to work long term. It's not going to work long term. So it's looking at what would you do with a broken foot, okay? You're going to go to the doctor. You're going to get it put in a cast. You are going to take a lot of care to not bash it on the edge of the bed because that is going to hurt. You may have to use crutches. You might have to ask for help. You might have to ask someone for help. And you might have to take it a little bit easier. So there's all these different things that we have to do. And
it's going to take time. And then once the
heal.
cast comes off, you're probably going to have to do physical therapy and retraining work, especially if it was a really bad break. And we want to think about, let's just think about for a minute, you broke your leg and it takes how many months to heal it?
Right.
But you spent 30 years of your life in a broken thought pattern and it's going to take you 2 days to fix it? Who do you think you are?
Right.
Who do you think you are?
And where has our mindset gone that a physical thing like, okay, my leg is broken, so I'm going to need X amount of weeks and X amount of different modalities to get this healed and things in my life, but that we want that quick fix for 30 years of trauma or something else in our life to be fixed instantaneously.
Just to be over with and done with.
We can't make that physical leg over and done with. So we have to change our thinking when it comes to other aspects of our life.
Your life is a healing journey.
Yeah.
There are going to be things that happen to you that will happen to you, and you're going to have to take your time to heal and to grow. You can absolutely be preventative in your medicine, especially when you get to a different place. But if you're in a place where you're wanting something to happen, we're lovingly calling people out that quick fixes are not ultimately going to fix the underlying issue. And that's what we wanted to really, I don't know how else we can put like a giant stop sign up and say you need to stop with the quick fixes.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to serve you long term.
It won't, because, listen, I relapsed over the course of a lot of years, probably about 6 times. I lost track. Imagine that, an alcoholic losing track of how many times she relapsed. This time it stuck. And why did it stick this time? Because I went to meetings. I did soul work. I worked with a life coach. I worked on my spirituality. I did health changes, and I also didn't drink, okay? It was a very vast approach to it. Before, I would either go cold turkey, I ain't drinking with no help. I got this. I did not have that. Or I would go to one meeting and not really enjoy what they said. I get kind of bored, whatever, because I didn't really want to face it. And I do a little bit of step work, and then I would end up eventually relapsing down the road.
So using it as a quick fix.
Using it as a quick fix. So I would try to quick fix, and when I finally...
I can't tell you how many clients I have come to me when they're in the crisis of the pain, and I tell them they need to come more regularly so we can break through this and get to a different reality. And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And they don't show up. And then they're back again in 6 months. And then back again in 3 months. And then eventually they're back so often that they're like, well, maybe I really should do something different. That's cool. What level of pain do you need to be in before you finally choose to change?
Right. We call that rock bottom.
Yep.
And I kind of believe in rock bottom, and I kind of don't, because I hit a lot of rock bottoms. I was just like hitting the walls on the way down. And then finally, like, I just plateaued, and I stayed in this gross, swampy plateau for a while.
And that was your rock bottom.
And that was my rock bottom. So it looks different for everybody. So some of us are so stubborn, and we're trying to, part of doing these videos is reaching out to tell people, you don't have to be stubborn like this. Learn from our mistakes.
Please.
And things, okay? Because I was literally the cartoon characters. Bang, 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 down like a pinball down the rock cliff, okay, to the swamp. But also, Cody and I always bring it home to the body.
Yep.
So imagine this. Imagine that your childhood wasn't the best, okay? So you have
and maybe for some of you, you don't have to imagine.
Okay, you don't have to imagine. So we're going to think of that rocky childhood as your hand is broken, okay? And then you went through a really traumatic relationship. So now this part of your arm's broken.
The wrist and the to the elbow is now broken.
You had a lot of family loss, and so you got this. So we got the whole thing. This whole
Your
arm's gone.
Arm is
okay?
now broken.
And then we are going to add up some other stuff, okay? We had a big job loss, leg, divorced our partner, bottom of our leg and our foot. Okay, so right now, pretty much this entire side of your body would be in immense pain.
You know what? I just want to acknowledge on a side note that you were pointing to the left side of your body, which the entire left side of your body is the receptive side of your body. So obviously in this circumstance, since you're pointing to the left side of your body, you're not receiving the lessons in which you need to learn, which is why it keeps showing up on the left side of your body. Interesting paradigm. Continue.
Yeah. So if this whole side of your body was in physical pain, and you had it all bandaged up and you're taking care of it, and you realize in order to heal all of it, you need multiple approaches, you also invite in gentleness. Because you have to be gentle if this whole side of your body is broken. And so if for 30 some years, this whole side of your body has been broken
and never fully healed,
we have to invite in gentleness and also figure out all of these different ways that we're really going to heal the root of it and be gentle for as long as it takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if this arm had been broken for a really long time, you know, it may take a really long time
to heal it.
To heal it fully. Yeah. But you can get relief. You start to heal, you're going to feel bits of relief. More healing, more relief. If you catch our earlier videos, Cody did a thing where, you know, something can feel like it's up here, and then more healing and it brings down. and we come down further.
Yeah, that was in our chronic and mental health, I believe.
Yeah.
So we always like to bring in actionable steps in our videos. And so one of the actionable steps that she's actually kind of talking a little bit about is you have to really get honest with yourself on what it is that's in pain, number one, and then also what you've been going to as a quick fix for some of that pain. And if you don't know, you can start with our earlier list that we talked about in the video. Drugs, alcohol, sugar, food, sex, relationships, money, shopping, all the things, right? And look at some of those how do we use those in an unhealthy way? Sugar is not inherently bad. Alcohol is not inherently bad.
No, alcohol is bad for me because I am an alcoholic and I'm allergic to alcohol. Mm-hmm. For Cody, alcohol is not bad. She's not an alcoholic. And we have to understand that. Not everybody's going to have all of these.
So we can also look at how are we using it as a quick fix to try and solve it, something that's going on that's deeper. Whether you want to, sometimes it can feel like in the body, it can feel like, there's like a gaping wound or hole there. Or it can feel like a pit in your stomach or, insert however it feels. Your first step is to really get honest with not only what is the pain, but what are the quick fixes you've been using to try and fix, help, save, correct the pain that really are just covering it up or masking it. That's number one. Number two
is how did it feel in the body when the quick fix went away? So we've all quick fixed, right? So in your journal, you're going to write out, how does it feel when you've done a quick fix? We're going to remember. And then how did it feel when it went away? So for me...
And the quick fix went away.
When the quick fix went away. So for me, here's an example for the alcoholics in the room. So I would quit drinking, right? Wouldn't go to meetings, whatever. I'd just cold turkey it. And for a few days, I'm like, yeah, I got this. Yay, recovery. Woo! And then the cravings would set in, okay? And the shame and the guilt for even having a craving. So the shame and
for
the
all
guilt.
The people.
And so I'm writing down those things, okay?
I also want those that are not necessarily in recovery, don't consider themselves an addict, maybe truly are not an addict, but you do still feel shame when you want something you've stopped. Yeah. Okay. Hear that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And so I would write down those things. So how did you feel? Some people, they've done a quick fix, like, what's something?
I just threw myself into going to go do CrossFit, HIIT exercises.
Okay.
It's a really good one. People do that.
Yeah, they do. So
and they go at it so hard that they end up breaking their leg.
Yeah. Or not being able to sit up fully because their abs are done. Even when the CrossFit instructor is like, you can slow down. You can, how long have you done this? Oh, you're brand new to it. Okay. And you got some people in there.
Maybe you shouldn't go until you want to puke.
So write down how you did this quick fix and name it out and then say how you felt. When we write it out, we really realize stuff deeper.
We see the whole story.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, when we kind of start to see there's some loops, some patterns that are happening here, write out that for a couple of them. How did it feel in the body when you really stopped and realized that quick fix was not working?
Yeah.
Find then some areas that you want to work on and really start to look at who can I reach out to work with? Mm-hmm. And what does that first step look like? Maybe that first step just looks like finding someone and putting in a phone call. I'm going to tell you, your first step is not to Google a person that can help you. Your first step is to call one of those people you find on that Google search to actually take the first step to try and work with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And
because a quick fix can also be looking on Google. I did the research. That's good enough for now. 6 months later.
Dun dun dun. And we're back at square one. So we want to help you through those steps and through more. If you need anything individual, please reach out to us, like and subscribe so that you can follow more of our videos in the upcoming months as we go through more things.
Yeah, because we always talk about tools to help you actually do the deeper healing, not just the quick fixes,
right?
But actually taking action, actually, taking steps to take the change and have the change be a permanent part of your life. But we're always going to come back to the thing that has changed both of us the most is working one-on-one with someone.
Yes.
In a multitude of ways. You can go back to our video that was about creating a healing team. We've all had different healing practitioners that have helped us at any given time. I have 8 right now. And it's important to have your healing team or to work with someone individually because they're going to be able to know exactly what is going on with you, customize it to you, and not just give you, bubblegum pop help, which is sometimes can be quick fixes.
Instead, we will give you advice like, quote from me, which is, this mama doesn't need to be a wine mama anymore because she doesn't have to escape from anything.
Yes.
Okay? So, if you would like that kind of narrative to help you rewrite your own narrative, follow us and like us.
And subscribe and share what we have to give you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you next month as we dive into our next topic. And we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.